Hey guys, this is Shadsoap7 here with a new video game review. For today we look at Mega Man X4, the fourth game in Capcom's Mega Man X series and the first one to be released on the PlayStation. Is this game exceptional or do you get zero enjoyment from it? Well, let's find out. Now, it's common knowledge that the Mega Man X series is definitely more story oriented than the classic series ever was. The game's plot, it involves an army of robots called Repliforce who are made to protect the humans against the Mavericks, but then disaster occurs as the Sky Lagoon is destroyed. It comes crashing down and kills many innocent civilians. X suspects the Repliforce could be involved and warns the Colonel that if he doesn't drop his arms, the Repliforce will be labelled as a Mavericks. The Colonel, however, would rather fight with honour than call off the army. So it's up to X to stop the Repliforce before they activate a powerful weapon in space capable of destroying all human life on Earth. The story is told through the use of both text and animated cutscenes, and what's also interesting is depending on who you play as, the story is altered. So the game's plot does more than the simple stories from the classic series and has a pretty decent twist later on. There is one problem involving the story which I'll cover later, but for now let's move on. For gameplay, if you played the previous Mega Man X games on the SNES, then you should be no stranger to how this game plays. You have to go through and defeat the 8 Reploids, and once you beat them, you get their power-ups. X plays the same as he does normally. He can shoot, charge, dash, and wall jump just like before, but there are some new changes made to this game. Now you can use your Charge Buster while still holding a weapon, so you don't have to keep switching back. A nice addition in my opinion. And also, in addition to the weapons, you can find health upgrades and Dr. Light capsules in the levels just like before, which when you find them they can improve your body armor and give you new abilities like air dashing or the powerful plasma blast. And also, this is the first game where Zero is fully playable. He plays like X except he uses a sword for close range attacks, and this does make him more vulnerable to enemies, but he is a pretty strong fighter if used right. Playing as a different character really adds to the variety and replayability of the game, which is something I truly appreciate. I'd say beginners best stick to using X, as he has the ranged attacks. In terms of the levels, this game has a lot going for it. Their levels all have interesting designs, plus they have certain unique elements to avoid making some of the levels feel samey. There's a level where you have to race in a computer, a jet ski level, an air fleet, and my personal favourite, the military train. Because this whole stage just has so much going on in it, has intense action and a fun mid-boss. Mega Man X4 overall offers fast-paced, intense and thrilling gameplay which is sure to please fans of the series. As far as graphics go, this game retained the same dark, future look of the SNES games, but on a more advanced console is able to do so much more with it. The stage designs in this game all look great, plus the effects used, such as explosions and that, they all make it look even more awesome. The characters in this game are all well crafted, plus they animate smoothly as well. Some stages in this game are just so action packed and full of stuff that it's amazing how the game can keep a fairly robust frame rate. This game also utilises cutscenes that are done in anime style, and they look pretty cool as well. So the graphics in this game look really good and show off what the PS1 was capable of. Now for the sound. Well, music is one notable thing that the Mega Man and X series were praised for, and Mega Man X4 is no slacker in this department. All the tunes in the game suit the fast-paced nature of the levels, and also really catchy to listen to. As for sound effects, they're utilised well, like the blasters, action and explosions, and they really help add to the atmosphere of the levels. Now for voice acting. Oh boy, Mega Man games have never really been good in this department. The voice actors in this game come off as both bland and they convey emotions very poorly. Some voiceovers in this game are so bad that it makes the cutscenes unintentionally funny. Here's an example.
Iris! Iris! Ah! No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
But despite poor voice acting, the music and sound effects are awesome, so let's move on. Okay, now for the rant. Just because I like the music for a stage doesn't mean that I like the stage itself, and that's the case with Jet Stingray's level. This is a level where you ride a jet ski, and it can be annoying to remember when to jump in that split second, otherwise it's pretty much death by falling into a pit or getting crushed. And also use that boost button in good faith, otherwise if used at the wrong place it can be a potential suicide button. Also, when fighting the Reploids, using their weaknesses does cripple the fight and locks them into only using basic attacks. But aside from the boss battles themselves, most of the weapons you get from them aren't really that good. Sure, some can come useful in the levels, but most of the time you want to avoid using them outside of boss battles. Also, playing as Zero was awesome, but his gameplay did feel a bit uneven, as he learns moves instead of getting power-ups. This means that only about half the Reploids have weaknesses, and the others you have to pretty much make do with your sword. This is precisely the reason why I think X is better for beginners. And I also felt that the spaceport levels were a bit disappointing. Whilst they do all take place on the same level, it seems that all the creativity had already gone into the 8 Reploid levels, and this stage was rather bland in its design, making it seem like more of an afterthought for the game. But anyways, ranting over. Overall, Mega Man X4 is a brilliant action platformer. Whilst there were some things about the game's design which could have been improved, and the appalling voice acting, do not let that put you off the game. This game is a worthy addition to the X series, and in my opinion it's one of the best. It offers intense action, creative levels, an awesome soundtrack, and good replayability. Anyone who owns a PlayStation or is a Mega Man fan, you need to play this game, as it's a PlayStation classic in every sense of the word. And so, Tom's final score for this game? 8.6 out of 10.